Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let's recite Bhagavad Gita Shloka. Today is Friday, so we'll be reciting the same verse. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 12, text 12. If anyone needs to go first, please raise your hand. Aditi Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj jnana dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phala tyagas tyagat chantir anantaram. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Arunita.
Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanadhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phala tyagas tyagat chantir anantaram. Translation. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
Hare Krishna. So we'll go in order now. Achyut Priya Arundhati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Jai Guru Mahat. All glories to Prasmal.
Dandavat Pranamaji. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागस्त्यागच्चान्तिरनन्तरम्. Translation Bhagavad given by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Isha.
श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागाच्चान्तिरनन्तरम्. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
Krishna Shish.
श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागस्त्यागच्चान्तिरनन्तरम्. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
Yes. Madhava. Jnanamabhyasat Jnanam Suchite Tyagat. If you cannot take this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation will get peace of mind. Rasapriya, Lokesh,
Hare Krishna Mataji, Tanvas Pranam, Shri Shri Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Shreyo hi jnanamabhyasat jnanadhyanam shishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagas tyagat shantiranantaram. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation. And better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action, for by such renunciation one can attain peace of mind.
Yes. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Lokesh is not ready.
No problem. Okay. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
यो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागस्त्यागशान्ते अनन्तरम्. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Is anyone else going to recite? I'll recite in the meanwhile. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, text 12. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj jnanad dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagas tyagat shantiranantaram. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is the renunciation of the fruits of action, for by such renunciation one can attain peace of mind. Okay, so let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 19. Maharaj Yayati attains liberation. So we are reading about Maharaj Yayati's talks with Devyani. So yesterday we read how Maharaj Yayati finally breaks the news to Devyani that therefore I shall now give up all these desires and meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Free from the dualities of mental concoction and free from false prestige, I shall wander in the forest with the animals. Okay, so previous to this, in the past few verses, Maharaj Yayati talked about the problems with maintaining lusty desires and how his life is an example of how these lusty desires cannot be satisfied. How much ever you enjoy it, the point will never come when you feel like you're satisfied. So then the only solution is, and then one who has lusty desires, he's envious, yes, and that cycle of birth and death cannot be broken as long as one maintains lusty desires. And the lusty desires, when will they go away? Of course, you have to break them, but you'll try to stop externally, you won't act on them. But when will these lusty desires actually stop bothering you? Only when you take to Krishna consciousness. So Maharaj Yayati is saying, therefore, I'm going to stop these lusty desires, running after these desires, or trying to fulfill these desires. I'm going to stop it now. I'm going to leave home. I'm going to go to the forest. For what purpose? To meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, yeah. Free from the dualities of mental concoction and free from false prestige, I shall wander in the forest with the animals. Free from the dualities of mental concoction and free from false prestige. Yes. So, what is the dualities of mental concoction? What are the dualities? Heat and cold, happiness and distress, day and night. And what are these dualities? They're simply mental concoctions. That, oh, this is good and this is bad. Yes? For example, now it's winter time. So, in winter time, you think hot water is very pleasing, isn't it? And the same hot water, when it is hot summer, it's not pleasing. Of course, you have air conditioners and everything, so you may think it is still pleasing. But if you look at the reality in summer, when it is really hot, and when you take bath with hot water, you're sweating, you're perspiring, and you take hot water bath, it's actually painful. It's not at all pleasing. In summer, cool water is very pleasing. That's why you go for swims and all that, isn't it? Because it's so hot, you want to go to swim in the water, in cool water. So now, can you tell me if hot water is pleasing or not pleasing? No, it's just a mental concoction. It's just you feel that in this situation this is good, in another situation it is not good. So the verse for this in Bhagavad Gita is Matra Sparshastu. So this pleasure and not and displeasure, it is simply the contact of the sense object with the senses. Matra means sense objects. Matra sparsha. So when your senses contact the sense objects, tanmatras, right, like the form, touch, when they touch them, when they come in contact with the sense objects, then you say that, oh, this is pleasing or this is displeasing. Actually, it's a mental concoction. Hot water is neither pleasing nor it is painful. It does not have that quality of giving pleasure or not, but because of your mental concoction. Why mental concoction? Because now you are gripped, you have come under the control of these dualities. Why you have come under the control of dualities? Because you're now under the control of the three modes of material nature. You're under the control of the material nature, who has covered your true identity, that you are a spirit soul. And therefore, by this covering of the material energy, now you start thinking that I am this body. And when you think I am this body, immediately you enter into dualities. As soon as you think you are this body, this is mine and that is my enemies. Duality. These are my people and those are outsiders. Right? These are friends and those are enemies. All you enter into dualities when you start identifying with the body. So, but these dualities are actually due to mental concoction. So, Maharaj Ayati is saying, I want to leave this mental concoction, right? Free from the dualities of mental concoction and free from false prestige. Of course, that false prestige also comes with identifying with the body. What is false prestige? You have a designation, right? I am the CEO of this company, or I am Miss Universe, or what else, right? Identifying yourself with some particular post, a designation, that is also coming from the bodily concept. So, uh, Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. So if you want to do pure devotional service, you have to become free from all types of material designations. You have only one identity. Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa. I'm a servant of the servant of the servant of the master of the gopis. That will be the only identity of a pure devotee. But all other material designations he will give up. It's required. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam. Hrishikesha Hrishikena sevanam bhakti ruchyate. And then after giving up material designations, what does he do? He engages all his senses in the service of the master of the senses. This is pure devotional service. Engaging after giving up all types of material designations, that means identifying oneself as belonging to a particular community, particular caste, particular country, gender, all these things. You give up all these designations and then you engage your senses in the service of the master of the senses. That is pure devotional service. Okay. So, Maharaj Yayati is saying, giving up, becoming free from the dualities of mental concoction and becoming free from false prestige. What will I do? With this consciousness, now I will, going into the forest means now I'm not going to depend on any material means for my sustenance, right? Being completely dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord, right? When you have a home, then you have all comforts. You depend on, your home, your bank balance, your family members, your relatives, your friends, your community. But you leave home, you are in the forest, you have no home, right? You're just there with the animals. There's pythons, there's snakes, there's tigers. But because you depend upon the mercy of the Supreme Lord, you fearlessly go and live. So Maharaj Ayati is saying, now I want to give up all these desires, lusty desires, and meditate upon the Supreme Lord, free from the dualities of mental concoction, free from false prestige. I'm going to wander the forests along with the animals. So Krishna Shish is not there. Madhava, purport.
To go to a forest and live there with the animals, meditating upon the supreme personality of Godhead, is the only means by which to give up what he desires. And if one gives up such desires, one's mind can be free from material contamination. Therefore, if one is at all interested in being free from the bondage of repeated birth, death, old age, and disease, after a certain age one must go to the forest. One sold from one of the date. After 50 years of age, one should voluntarily give up family life and go to the forest. The best forest is Vrindavan, where one not need live with the animals but can associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who never leaves Vrindavan. Cultivating Krishna consciousness in Vrindavan is the best means of being liberated from material bondage. For in Vrindavan, one can automatically meditate upon Krishna. Vrindavan has many temples, and in one or more of these temples, one may see the form of the Supreme Lord as Krishna or Krishna Balaram, and meditate upon this form. As expressed here by the words.
Wait, you can stop here for a minute. I'll just cover it because it's a long purport. It's hard to. Let me just explain this and you can continue. Okay. So Maharaj Ayati said, I want to go to the forest. What does it mean, going to the forest? Going to the forest means
Vanprastha. Is that
yes,
right?
yes, Vanprastha. So to go to the forest and live there with the animals, meditate like Bharat Maharaj, yeah, Anprastha, of course, and live there with the animals, meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the only means by which to give up lusty desires. So first of all, you have to separate yourself from the atmosphere, the facility which is favorable for the cultivation of lusty desires or for the fulfillment of lusty desires. Right? It is said out of sight, out of mind. Right? If something is right in front of your eyes, it is hard to take your mind away from that. In the neophyte stage, of course, you're just trying. So just leave home, because at home you have all these objects of sense gratification, comforts. Leave home. So Srila Prabhupada in the purport is saying, going to the forest and living with the animals is the only way to give up lusty desires. You leave home. That's required. Leaving home is required. Srila Prabhupada is saying, if you at all want to give up lusty desires, then you must leave home. Unless one, and then why I have to give up lusty desires? Unless one gives up such desires, one's mind cannot be freed from material contamination. Yes. So, and as long as you have material contamination, what does it mean? Material, even if you have a tinge of material contamination, you have to come back to this world, take birth again. Because material contamination means you still have material, you have material desire. That's what it is. So to fulfill that material desire, you have to accept another material body. And accepting a material body means it comes as a whole package. Birth, old age, disease, death, adhyatmika, adibhautika, adidaivika, miseries. It comes as a package together. So therefore, if you maintain lusty desires, then you'll have to take birth again and again. So therefore, you must give up these lusty desires. And the only way to give up these lusty desires is to leave home and go to the forest and meditate upon the Supreme Lord. You must leave home. That's the point. Because why we are discussing this? Because Maharaj Yayati said he's leaving home. If one is at all interested in being freed from the bondage of repeated birth, death, old age and disease, after a certain age one must go to the forest. Panchashordham vanam rajit. So recently also we discussed this. At the age of 50, right? As soon as one becomes 50, then he should prepare to leave home. Okay, this is the Vedic injunction. After 50 years of age, one should voluntarily give up family life and go to the forest. Okay, now next question is, which forest should I go to? Right? Of course, forest means, there's wild animals and, just go to the forest and live. There are many forests and there are many sages living in different forests. You read Ramayana, you read Mahabharata, you will see, right? In all forests, there are many sadhus, sages living. But which one is the best forest? The best forest is Vrindavan. Why Vrindavan is the best forest? Because in Vrindavan, Vana means forest, right? But this Vrindavana, it is a forest, but it's not that you go there to live with animals. In Vrindavana, you go there and you can live with the devotees of the Lord. You can live with the devotees of the Lord. This is Vrindavan, right? Vrindavan. It's the best forest to go to, and it's the best forest to go to, where one need not live with animals but can associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who never leaves it. Not with devotees only. You can actually live with Krishna, because Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan. Okay. Okay, a little bit more and then you can continue. Cultivating Krishna consciousness in Vrindavan is the best means of being liberated from material bondage. For in Vrindavan, one can automatically meditate upon Krishna. So this is the beauty of the land of Vrindavan. So Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha Lakshavriteshu Surabhirabhipalayantam. This is Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, description of Golok Vrindavan. And this Vrindavan, Bhauma Vrindavan, which is on this earth, is non-different from Golok Vrindavan. It's the same Golok Vrindavan Dham that descends to this earth, and it is called Bhauma Vrindavan. So whatever description we see in Brahma Samhita about Golok Vrindavan is equally applicable to Bhauma Vrindavan. So what is the quality of this Vrindavan? Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhirabhi palayantu. There is in every atom of Vrindavan, it is filled with love for Krishna. So if you go to Vrindavan, automatically you will become Krishna conscious, because the atmosphere is surcharged with Krishna consciousness. So if you at all have to leave home and go to the forest, then go to Vrindavan. That is the recommendation. Vrindavan, cultivating Krishna consciousness in Vrindavan is the best means of being liberated from material bondage. For in Vrindavan, one can automatically meditate upon Krishna. How? Krishna performed many pastimes in Vrindavan, and there are many temples. Vrindavan has many temples, and in one or more of these temples, one may see the form of the Supreme Lord as Radha Krishna or Krishna Balaram. You can meditate upon this form. Of course, the air itself has Krishna consciousness, but also you can see the various vigrahas, deities of Krishna, and you can meditate on those forms. Okay, continue as expressed here.
Expressed here by the words
Brahmanyadhyaya.
Once and concentrate oneself upon the Supreme Lord, Parabrahman. This Parabrahman is Krishna, as confirmed by Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Param Brahma Arcanabhakti Param Bhavan. Krishna and the Lord, Vrindavan, are not different. Sri Srimad Bhagavatam said,
Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam.
Vrindavan is as good as Krishna. Therefore, if someone somehow or other gets the opportunity to live in Vrindavan, and if one is not a pretender but simply lives in Vrindavan and concentrates his mind upon Krishna, one is liberated from material bondage. One's minds are purified. However, even in Vrindavan, if one is agitated by lusty desires, one should not live in Vrindavan and commit offenses. For a life of offenses in Vrindavan is no better than the lives of monkeys and hogs there. Many monkeys and hogs live in Vrindavan, and are concerned with their sexual desires. Men who have gone to Vrindavan but who still hanker for sex remain to leave Vrindavan and start their grievous offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord. There are many misguided men who live in Vrindavan to satisfy Maya, and specifically under the control of lusting desires, are called Maya Mrika. Indeed,
Wait, there are many misguided men who live in Vrindavan to satisfy their sexual desires. Did you read that?
yeah.
But they are certainly no better than the monkeys and hogs. Those who are under the control of Maya. Continue.
And those who are under the control of Maya, specifically under the control of lusty desires, are called Maya Mrika. Indeed, everyone in the conditional stage of material life is a Maya Mrika. It is said, Maya Mrika
Daita Yepsitam Anvadhavat.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas to show his causeless mercy to the Maya Mrikas. The people of this material world who suffer below of lusty desires. Once had followed the principles of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and always think of Krishna and full Krishna consciousness, everyone will be eligible to live in Vrindavan and therefore be successful.
Thank you. So, okay, so you should leave home and you should go to forest, and in forests also, Vrindavan is the best place. Go to Vrindavan and then you hear about the glories of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is not different from Krishna, and there are so many temples with so many deities of Krishna. You can meditate on Krishna nicely in Vrindavan, and by this you can very easily overcome your material contamination, and you can stop your repeated birth and death. Very nice. But there is one point. After going to Vrindavan, if you are not able to give up your lusty desires, because the idea of going to Vrindavan is what? First of all, you give up your lusty desires, because at home you are engaging in those. So you left home because you want to now meditate on the Supreme Lord. And Vrindavan is a favorable place to meditate on the Supreme Lord. But after going to Vrindavan, if you are once again engaging in sense gratification, then even though you are in Vrindavan, it is said that you are where your mind is. You have heard that before? You are actually in that place where your mind is. That means physically I may be in Vrindavan, but mentally my mind, my desires are always thinking about sense gratification. That means, are you in Vrindavan? No. If you're thinking about some, about some club or something, then you are in the club. That may be just in your mind. Even though your body is in Vrindavan, but your mind is in a nightclub, that means you are not in Vrindavan. You are in the nightclub. So, if someone, even after going to Vrindavan, if he is not able to give up such lusty desires, and what to speak of, he is actually engaging in satisfying those lusty desires while living in Vrindavan. He is engaging in sexual activities while in Vrindavan. Such a person should leave Vrindavan immediately. He should leave Vrindavan immediately. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada instructed. Because what happens if you do that in Vrindavan? Of course, you're not taking advantage of being in Vrindavan, but you're actually committing offenses. Vrindavan is the purest place. So to commit mundane activities there in Vrindavan, it's an offense. It's an offense. Even a slight offense that you do in Vrindavan, it becomes multiplied several times, hundreds of times, and you'll get the reaction for that. Similarly, if you do even slight devotional service, sincere devotional service, that also becomes multiplied hundredfold. So you should be very, very careful when you are in Vrindavan. You can make rapid spiritual progress if you are actually engaging in devotional service there. Even you do little bit sincerely, you make rapid progress. But at the same time, you commit offenses in Vrindavan, that also multiplies manyfold. And that just hampers your progress in bhakti. So therefore, if somebody is after going to Vrindavan, and if he is still looking for sense gratification there, looking for comforts there, right? You're trying to bring your comfortable home into Vrindavan, all your facilities, and then live nicely in your palace in Vrindavan. So, such people are compared to hogs and monkeys. Hogs and monkeys. What is the quality of hogs or pigs? They eat stool, right? So one who does not have any discrimination in eating, right? They just want to eat anything and everything, right? anything which is sold on the street, you just buy everything and you just keep eating. Some people have that nature. Whatever you see on the street, they're selling something, you just buy and you keep eating. That's like a hog. Just keep eating anything and everything, no discrimination. And monkeys, very apt example. Monkeys, they don't wear any clothes, they don't eat any meat, they live on the trees and they eat only fruits. But every monkey has at least a dozen female monkey girlfriends. That means they are sexually very active. Now these monkeys and pigs are also living in Vrindavan. So does it mean that Vrindavan is so powerful, so these monkeys and these pigs, they are in ecstasy because they are in Vrindavan, they are tasting Krishna consciousness? Is that a fact? No. The reason they became monkeys and pigs is because after going to Vrindavan, they have engaged in these activities of sense gratification. So therefore, they have to take birth as monkeys and pigs and engage in those activities, even though they are in Vrindavan. So Maya Mriga. Mriga means animal. Maya means he is now controlled by the external energy of the Lord. Maya Mriga. He acts, like an animal. So you can say what we said, like Grihamedis, right? Only these people are even worse because the Grihamedis are at home and they're enjoying sense gratification. These people have given up homes and have come to Vrindavan, and in Vrindavan they're engaging in sense gratification. Maya Mriga. So that's not required. So yes, you should leave home and go to the forest, and in forest also best place is Vrindavan. But going to Vrindavan, you remember why you went to Vrindavan, why you gave up your home in the first place. It's like eating one's own vomit. Vomit, you vomit something because it's not, it's not agreeable to the body, right? So you just vomit something. So you have given up this family life, like you have vomited. It's not good. And then you go to Vrindavan and you engage in sexual activities. It's like eating your own vomit. It's so abominable. So this should not be done. This should not be. And if you have such tendencies, leave Vrindavan right away. Because by staying there, if you're doing these activities, means you're only increasing your offenses, and offenses are very severe. They really choke your bhakti. So that's the grave instruction being given here. One should not live in Vrindavan and commit offenses. Don't commit offenses when you're living in Vrindavan. For a life of offenses, you should not commit offenses anywhere, but especially in Vrindavan. For a life of offenses in Vrindavan is no better than the lives of the monkeys and hogs there. Yes. So those who commit offenses, they become monkeys and pigs in Vrindavan. Even though they are in Vrindavan, they're only concerned with their sexual life. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada is saying men who have gone to Vrindavan but who still hanker for sex should immediately leave Vrindavan and stop their grievous offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord. Yeah, this is Dham Aparad. Yes. Maya Mrigam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Okay, wait 1 second. Everyone in the conditional stage of material life is a Maya Mriga. Yes, right? Everyone here who's a conditioned soul means he is under the grip of the material nature. He is dictated by the three modes of material nature. So everyone in the conditioned state is a Maya Mriga. He is acting like an animal being under the grip of Maya. then how we can come out of this? One should follow the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and always think of Krishna and full Krishna consciousness. Then you can live in Vrindavan, and by living Vrindavan, you'll become free from all your material contamination, and your life will become successful. Take shelter. The point is take shelter. And if you want to live in Vrindavan, first of all, make sure that, that's why Vrindavan is meant for, vana, it's a forest, right? You give up, after you give up all your karmas and everything, then you go to Vrindavan. Don't try to go to Vrindavan and then start a business there or something else, right? You can make a fortune in Vrindavan, start a hotel or something, or, open a. No, don't go with that idea. I think Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj had a, somebody approached Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and said, he was a doctor by profession, this person. So he said, I want to go to Mayapur, I want to settle in Mayapur, and I want to, because I'm a doctor anyway, so I'll go to Mayapur and I will practice my medicine there in Mayapur. And while there, I'll be serving the devotees also, like that. I'll do my practice in Mayapur. Like Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta is an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Murari Gupta is Hanumanji himself. So he is from a family of physicians. So like that, I will go. He was not encouraged to do that. You want to go to Dham? When you go to Dham, don't go with plans of how you will, when you go to Dham, you go in a mood of surrender, in a mood of complete dependence on the Supreme Lord. Right? This is the Lord's Dham. Because how much ever you may think, I'll do this service, that mood will be there. Right? Because that's going to be a source of income. And that becomes an offense here in the Dham. Many things, buying your property in the Dham, buying your land in Dham, what to speak of land, buying, more land and then selling it at a higher price. So many things. This is all not good for your Krishna consciousness. It is not good. You're not understanding. You're seeing with a material vision. If you actually want to benefit going to the Dham, then you go in full surrender. The Lord will make your arrangement. That is why Srila Prabhupada said, you go to Vrindavan for 3 days and then go back to your particular center where you're preaching, where you're rendering your service, and you render service there. Once a year, you go to Vrindavan, spend 3 days, not more than 3 days. Stay in Vrindavan and then leave. Because in 3 days, what all can you do? You'll do parikrama, you'll take darshan, kirtan, 3 days are over. If you stay longer, oh, I have to shop and I have to do this and that mood will go away. And what to speak of, you'll start, more importantly, you'll see the Brajbasis and then you'll start commenting about them, aparad. Oh, they do this is not right. Offenses in Vrindavan are very, very serious, very, very grave. So that is why just stay 3 days, take your darshan, bow down in front of the deities, right? Do parikrama and leave. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. Of course, there are those devotees who do service in the temple in Vrindavan, that's a different story. They are required there, so they stay there and they render service. That's their good fortune, great fortune, that they get to render service there in Vrindavan. But even then, to think that, anything belongs to you in the dham, that is Maya. Doesn't belong to anyone. Okay, Suhrid, and then Nilambari Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Mataji said, you said that if you go to Vrindavan and you want to start like a business or something, it's bad, right?
Yes.
So if you want to do it in a more to like in surrender only, and then you also want to serve devotees there, would that also be bad, Mataji?
When you say surrender means what? Surrender means you want to do what pleases Krishna. So first of all, you have to get blessings of Krishna coming through the disciplic succession. Then that is surrender. You can propose. I told you about this devotee that asked Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He's a doctor by profession. So I want to practice I'm a medical doctor, and it's nice to be in the dham with devotees. It sounds very nice, isn't it? I'll go in the dham. There is no medical facilities. There's no doctors, and I'm a doctor, and I will do free service there for the devotees. But even that, why the Acharya did not allow is because you will have this pride there. I'm giving something to them. I'm doing something for them. That mood is not good. When you go to dham, you are the receiver, you are a beggar. Not that you are giving something to someone. And what to speak of the devotees. So, of course, there's a devotee community and they will need medical facilities. So we have a hospital also. All that is here. But just to tell us what should be the mood of the person who's living in Vrindavan. It's more about your consciousness. Okay. So you are saying you want to go there and you want to do some business to serve devotees. Is that what you said, Suraj?
Yes, Mataji.
So yeah, the details have to be discussed. What type of business would you like to do, and how is that going to serve the devotees? Or are you thinking this will give me some income so that I can survive there? That's also there.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, because if you are thinking of earning some income there by doing that business, you should rather do it somewhere else, because this is dham, like that. Those people who will do anyway. So somebody may ask me, but devotees also need their groceries, they will also need everything, someone has to do that work. Those people will do those things. But if you want to do pure devotional service, then best is not to get into any sort of profit making business in the dham, or even earning a livelihood business in the dham. No. If you want to earn your livelihood, then do it outside dham. When you come to dham, you simply do bhakti, depending on the Lord. Nilambari Radha Mataji. Yeah, Suraj.
Hare Krishna Mataji, the next pranam Sarya Shri Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri.
They should not be making their livelihood in Dham. I heard one lecture from Dasi Mataji. Mataji was talking about so Vrindavan Dham. She had been in Vrindavan Yatra this year. Can you hear me, Mataji?
Yeah, there's some disturbance, so maybe you come closer to your device.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So when Mataji went to Vrindavan Yatra this year, she met like her Prabhuji was just walking through the dam, but Mataji was not able to walk due to her health issues. So she took a rickshaw. So in that rickshaw, there was a person. Uh, he's a very young boy, I believe. So Mataji was explaining in the lecture that he had come to Dam just to visit the dam. Then he went back to his livelihood, to his place, but then he was not satisfied. So he left all his work, his family, everything, and came back to Vrindavan Dham. And still he's doing that rickshaw pulling service. And he just charges like 5 rupees per devotee, wherever. If they don't have money, no. So but still he's in Dham, Mataji. He's making very minimal amount just for his prasad and for his living there. But still like Mataji asked him, because it was like surprising to her, like we don't see such devotees, right? Like we only see in our community such. So that time Mataji was asking and inquiring, why did you get attracted? I don't know, somehow I was so attracted to this dam and the mud here, so I'm not able to leave this place. So I left everything there, and I'm really happy now with doing service to devotees who come to dam. And I'm just earning very minimal here, and I will use that for my livelihood. And whatever I have remaining, I'll donate it.
Yes,
So
he left everything, so that should be noted. Not that
okay,
he moved his business from there to here.
no, it is not the same. Yeah, okay, now I get it.
You
Thank
get
you,
the
thank you.
point. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
This is a very, very wonderful example, and there are many such devotees. They get that spontaneous attraction for Vrindavan. They leave their family, they leave their everything. This is surrender. And this is all I know. This is all I'm able to offer here to Krishna. This is all I know. And whatever I know, I'm offering it to Krishna. But not with the idea of, let me start my empire here in Vrindavan. Let me make a fortune here in Vrindavan. That mood is not right.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Nilambari Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanavad Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada. Mataji, the people who are in Mayapur or Vrindavan, how do they live their living? How do they get the living for their family? So in Mayapur, I saw they are working for Mayapur Mayapur temple. They have different branches, and they are paid from the temple authority. So, but still, they all have business. They all have business. They do business here and there, getting land and so what, but they are devotees. They do services in the temple and all those things. So how do you clarify them?
Yeah.
How do you
So we have to go by the definition of what is devotional service. So devotional service means anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam. This is devotional service. And dham is meant for that purpose only. If somebody is visiting your livings, are like every day there's so many visitors coming. Some come and stay for 2 days, some for 3 days or 5 days, 1 week, sometimes 1 month, and they go back to their particular place. Why they come to dham? To become spiritually rejuvenated, to become spiritually surcharged, and then when they'll go back, they will be able to perform their bhakti wherever they are. That is the purpose of dham. And those who are living in the dham, they should set proper example by their lifestyle. They should be practicing devotional service. That should be the goal of their life. But
Some of them are
instead,
millionaire. Some of them are millionaire. They have
yeah.
so much money, so many buildings, and
So
it's
yeah. So I mean, we will not take any names of any people, but just from Shastra, by definition, you can understand whether that person is actually a devotee or not, from by the definition, right? If you are here and you're making those millions from dham, you're making your fortune from dham, you're making a business in dham and increasing your bank account, bank balance for your generations, future generations, for your family members. What type of devotional service is this? In dham, why should one come to dham? That's exactly what Srila Prabhupada is saying here. If you still have such material desires, then go and do it outside of the dham. Do it in cities, do it in villages outside. Why you want to do it in dham? It is something like people take the name of Bhagavad Gita and they write all nonsense in the name of Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita is very popular, everyone reads Bhagavad Gita, but inside there is no Bhagavad Gita. They write their own nonsense. Like that, you come to dham, dham is meant for bhakti, and we even
Mataji,
put on.
they are doing bhakti also. They are doing DT garlands. They are preaching. They are doing everything possible for them in their free time. Offering bhogas when there is a festival and anything. So what is they are good devotees, but they are doing business, making so much money.
So there is different types of bhakti. It's certainly not pure devotional service, because pure devotional service means anyabhilashita shunyam. So all that money that they are making, is it meant to please Krishna?
Probably
Even
they
they're
are doing.
taking money from the temple.
Yeah, they
They're
are
taking, like,
paid stuff.
making profit, not just taking salary, but making profit from the temple. Lots of profit from the temple. So then, is that anyabhilashita shunyam? What to speak of jnana, karma, adi, anavritam. So this is certainly not pure devotional service. You may say it is Mishra Bhakti. Mishra Bhakti means, like karma Mishra, jnana Mishra. But even there, when you say Mishra Bhakti, you do bhakti and you also do karma. Okay, that is karma Mishra Bhakti. You do bhakti and you also do karma. But that karma you are doing is meant to assist in your bhakti. By doing that karma, you're doing this karma so that you can do your bhakti properly. Now, you will have to see for yourself. If you are that person, then you look into your own heart and you see why you are doing this karma, why you are making so many millions of dollars. Is it to assist in bhakti, or you're using this bhakti to make your profit? That you will have to see, right?
Yeah. They
Consciousness
are
is
doing
very
also.
important.
Probably they are donating also. I don't know about that detail. Probably they are donating, but not the amount they are earning and making their bank balance, but they
But
are.
why do you need so much? My question is, why do you need so much? If you're living in the dham, the whole idea, what is Maharaj Yayati saying? Give up all this and go to the forest, because you're to meditate on the Supreme Lord. And forest means the best forest is Vrindavan. So Mayapur is not different from Vrindavan. Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, Vrindavan, same. They're dhams. So why does one go to dham? He has to give up his material life completely and then go to dham. So when you go to dham, you are expected to simply do devotional service. So for you to do devotional service, you need millions of dollars, and those millions of dollars you earn by making big businesses in the dham. And then I'm also a devotee because I give some donations and I do a little bit of service here and there.
it doesn't match. Just like, there are qualities, qualifications. When you say, this is a devotee in Bhava Bhakti, then you have those qualities of Bhava Bhakti, right? So you have to look for those qualities. Does this person have these qualities? Then you will accept, yes, he's a Bhakta on the Bhava platform. Not just because, sometimes when is doing kirtan, there's tears in his eyes, and then, or it's even the why kirtan, listening to a katha, he starts crying, or because he's crying now he's a Bhava Bhakta. Can we say that? No, we cannot say that, because people can even practice that. You have to look at the heart. What is his desire in life? You can see from his activities. Where is his heart at? Making more and more money, building more and more, expanding his empire, or simplifying lifestyle? Simple living, high thinking, this is our motto. So where is simple living? Simple living has to be there. You cannot say, I will have my big palace here and I'm a great preacher and I'm a great devotee living in Dham. I have my big palace and I have so many servants working for me. And I have surrendered to Krishna and I've come to Dham. And when you first come to Dham, you don't come with your property, with your assets given by your father and grandfather. You come as a beggar here, and all of a sudden now you become a big shot. So, and then, is this right or wrong? So, you read Nectar of Devotion and you'll find out, is this right or wrong? It's not right. I mean, it's not right because you're not making devotional progress. And you're not setting the right example either. Right? It's not like, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, like how you said Dham Aparad, right? When we went to Tirupati, we were kids, and then even as we were growing up, we used to go. And then simply I asked this question to the elders, saying that, people who are doing, they're charging so much money. These are so expensive here than our regular place. They are very rich and they're making money. And then I was told, no, that it seems whosoever is earning, making money on Tirupati, especially the upper, where the actual day, if they try to go to any other place and make any properties or business, within few months they become like they lose money or property. There's so many live examples, and they say that is why those who stay in Tirupati there, they have to use their money, whatever, there itself. If you try to come down, it's gone. I mean, I know at that time it was not like too much spiritual reason, but now it makes sense. Maybe that is why even they follow that. But we do see a lot of people doing, but they see the consequences. That's what I was told, Mataji. Just a small information in this
I didn't
connection.
understand exactly. Can you say that again, Mataji? In
Yes,
Tirupati?
Mataji. See, in Tirupati, all the people who are doing business, either for living or because it's a pilgrimage place, you get more money because it's like a profit motive. Even if somebody earns like that, if they try to use that money to spend, or I mean, not to spend, like again as a business, let me take this money and go property buy in another place other than Tirupati, or somehow to mint money, they will immediately lose their money.
Acha.
They said that is how it is. So a lot of then there are examples, and because once you are here, you are meant to dedicate for Tirupati services. It doesn't appear like that, right? Like just by seeing, but this is what I was told. So I just remembered that. So it's like
So
dham.
so why you have to make profit there? I didn't get that point.
But
If you're
some
making
people make, right, Mataji? Some people, because they don't know, they go with the business motive and they
no,
make it.
I'm not able to make out the connection. They cannot make profit elsewhere with the money that they make here.
Mm.
So therefore they are making profit here. I don't get that point.
No, they make profit there, but not like a devotional service, Mataji. Just like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
their intention is, oh, it's a good pilgrimage place, I'm making more money.
yeah.
But if they try to invest that or make more by
They'll lose. It won't
outside,
happen outside. Yeah, that point I
yes,
understood. Okay, so
yes.
what's the next point?
No, that's all I'm sharing, that somewhere it is connected, like it's a dham means you should not even have that intention.
Hmm.
It is like, and I don't know much details, like from where they said that. They said it's like, even for Lord Venkatesha, they have Purana and his pastimes. They get a newsletter every week, and some of our family members, they read that and they follow. They say, like, see, it's so truth that you're trying to cheat God, but you
Ah,
see all these real experiences. So that is how I was told that you come here, if you think that I'm in a pilgrimage place because that's also like my living, but I'm doing service. But if your intention is different, God is teaching you as a lesson by that that's not correct. You can't make
yeah,
use of my place for your gain like that.
yeah, correct. Yes. And
That's
sometimes, like Trinavarta's example is given. The higher you go, sometimes he allows you to go higher and higher and higher, but only to fall. The higher you go, the harder you fall. So you
all.
better learn your lesson before you
Mm,
go too high, because you go
mm,
too high, that means it's death. You'll fall so hard, like
mm,
Trinavarta. So yeah, the Lord sometimes he lets you go on, because like Nilambari Radha Mataji was saying, some, but of course, it's also true what Mataji is saying. They are devotees, otherwise they have, why they have even come here. Or they started off as devotees, but see, offenses is a big thing, Mataji. Now I'm
mm.
just,
Yes.
now I'm getting the flow of words. So, offenses. So, you start off and practicing devotional service, and by doing bhakti, you will get many, there is Shubhada, right? And Kleshagni. Shubhada means auspicious things will start coming, Sukham will start coming, comforts will come as a result of bhakti. But if you want to progress in bhakti, you should not accept those. You should not
Mm.
accept. Your attachment should be only to bhakti. Your attachment should not be to the results,
Material thing.
material results that you're getting. If you become
Mm,
it can be fame, it can be
mm,
profit in terms of wealth, or it can
mm,
be um, some distinction that you get. If you get attached to these things, then you will lose your bhakti. You should not get
mm,
attached to these things. And of course, offenses. When you have offenses, and after coming to bhakti also you commit offenses, but from before also you'll have offenses. So what happens is, because of these offenses, you will get uh, you know you will lose your taste in bhakti. You'll get material desires, like you're chanting Hare Krishna, and that by that bhakti your material desires are growing nicely.
reduce.
ah
But it should reduce rather.
it should reduce because of offenses, because of offense.
Mm,
That is why, especially these 10 offenses, and of these 10 offenses, the one that we are very casual about is inattentive chanting, right?
Namapra. Mm,
Everything else comes from there. Recently I was His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj was here, and he was giving initiations. We happened to attend that. So in the initiation lecture, Maharaj said, quoting Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that the last offense, the 10th offense, so maintaining material attachments. And after that, it is said, it is also an offense to be, like, on the side, it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. But that is very, very important. If you avoid that one offense, if you chant your rounds attentively, that one, if you take care of that one offense, like you avoid that one offense, that will eradicate all the other
The whole
offenses.
other.
It
Yes.
will eradicate all the other offenses. On the contrary, if you do just that one offense of inattentively chanting,
You get all.
all the other offenses flourish. They
Yes,
flourish. You are not separately doing those offenses, but because of this inattentive chanting, all the other offenses are flourishing, and then you'll get the reaction for those offenses, and then you'll get material desire. Getting material desires is a consequence of offenses. While doing bhakti, when you have offenses, then one of the consequences, bhakti nishta chavaka vastvantara abhiniveshaha. You're doing nice, steady bhakti, and all of a sudden you get a material desire, right? Then ashraddha, shaitilyam, then ahankara, all these things are coming. Kutilata, right? Sometimes you see that also. Like, they are devotees, how they are acting like this. All this is the result of offenses. So then you will act, it appears like you're acting like a materialistic person. Why? How did, so we get this question, they're also devotees, they're chanting,
But
but they
yes.
have these qualities also. How is it
How
possible?
come?
Offenses, because of offenses.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes. Aditi Lata Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. A few points I just wanted to say. One is, I totally understand what you are saying. Like, we cannot have 2 feet on two boats, then we will sink. And bhakti is more very fragile. So we cannot maintain a business and work business and think of business and then also maintain bhakti in a very strong manner. Obviously, bhakti is the one which is going to go down because that needs more careful handling. I understand that point, but when I'm on the other side, I actually face this problem. When Gita Mataji or my Siksha Guru, she went to Mayapur last time when I went there. She fell sick and it was so serious that she couldn't get out from her room anymore, diarrhea and all. So there was I don't know the name, but there was a person who was a doctor in Mayapur. She came and she saw, even Janardhan Maharaj came to her room, and then they immediately called ambulance and sent her to the devotee hospital in Mayapur. And because we were there, I was helping, me and my daughter, we were helping going to her hospital and, seeing her. We saw such terrible condition, Mataji. Even there are no proper nurses. It's like those boys helping who are not even nurse, giving medication. They don't even know what they're doing. The bathroom was broken. It was not flushing. There was no one to take care of. There was no one to even brush her teeth. And she's bedridden. IV going on. Can you imagine how it was? So I saw her face so bad situation, Mataji. She, of course, because she's a pure devotee, she did not even utter a single thing, but I'm not a pure devotee, so everything was pinching me. And, like, I was crying inside. I was crying literally. And I was thinking, if this is the condition of a devotee, why aren't the doctors coming and real doctors coming and helping? Why are the nurses not here? Why are the devotees suffering this way? Because ultimately, whoever is coming to the dham, they are coming for Krishna. Someone should serve them. This is my thought, Mataji. So believe me, it's not about money. It's about really we need that service. Because how will I tell my mother? How will I tell my father? Go to Mayapur. After seeing that, I am telling my mom and dad, no, no, don't go there. If anything happens, I don't want to see them suffer this way. It's not, it's like someone laying down on the street, on the side of the street, and no one is there to take care of them. It was exactly like that, Mataji. It was exactly, just a room was given with lots of money spent, but there was no one to take care of her. So tell me, Mataji, how can I say, how can I think that that the doctors are not needed, that everything of course everything is taken care of by Krishna, I understand that, but then we also have to do our things, right? Like serving them. I'm not saying that okay, doing it to make millions. I'm saying just as a service, like the other person we were talking about in the discussion, that wanted to go and do medical, seva for devotees, which is so much required. I faced it. How do we, like come into this situation? Tell me, Mataji, how do we rectify this situation? Ultimately, we have to do something. I mean, we can do Nishkam Karma Yoga, right? We can do only for Krishna. We are doing it. No, we are not doing it to get anything out of it, but we should do it. Otherwise, how will people survive there?
So these are two different things. What we were discussing with regard to dham, dham is not meant for you to come here and live with your family and all that. It's not meant for that actually. But we have that now. We have many families are living here. So then it's a community. And then when there's a community, then you will need facilities. You'll need doctors, you will need, farmers, and you will need food, and you'll need clothing. Everything will be needed. When there's a community and there is families living, you'll need schools, you'll need hospitals, everything will be needed. But the point here that we were discussing about Yayati Maharaj going to the forest, and that too going to Vrindavan, and then with Vrindavan we also said Mayapur and Jagannath Puri, like this. All these are dhams. So who goes to dham? One who is done with material life, one who gives up home, right? He's the one who goes to dham. And when he goes to dham, he goes to dham because he's now completely dependent on the Supreme Lord. At least here you said there is a hospital and there is a doctor and somebody at least attended. But he's talking about going to the forest, living with wild animals. But still, that faith is there that the Lord will take care of me. So until and unless you have that type of faith, you don't leave home and go. That is there, certainly. So, as you said, I won't ask my parents to go there because there's no one to take care of. So, if you're still looking for facilities, health and all these things, yeah, then you should not come. You should not come. Because if you're going to Dham, that's the whole idea. Like, visit is different. Visit is different. You go visit and you come back. But the whole idea is surrender. So, but you said Mataji didn't mind. She didn't complain at all. She didn't mind at all. Because this happens to many, many devotees. When they come, they fall sick. Because this is a purification that they go through. Now, if you want to calculate on a material platform, you can say this is because the water is not pure, because there are so many mosquitoes, and there is, poor hygiene conditions, therefore everyone is falling sick. It may be true, but the vision is important. Where is your faith in? If your faith is in the medical system, that this medical system is going to save me and protect me, then that is what you're going to get. But if your faith is in this is purification. I was supposed to suffer for whatever, offenses or sins I may have committed. And because I came to the Lord's Dham, and immediately the Lord is purifying me. It can be anything. So many things happen. You get robbed, and so many things happen. I'm not saying that the authorities should not take any action about that. That's why I said there are two separate things. So first I'm explaining the what is the mood of the devotee when he comes to Dham. I'm supposed to go through some purification. Those devotees who think like this, they're actually able to make progress in bhakti. Even if they have to give up their bodies, they don't mind, because they have that type of faith. I have come to the Lord's Dham. Even if I get the best medical facilities, most hygiene conditions, I still have to die one day. Am I prepared for that? So when one goes to Dham, he should not go to Dham thinking about what facilities do I have there, and after I have everything, then I will go. That means there is no surrender. There is no surrender. But at the same time, we are not pure devotees, of course, right? So we still have Shraddha. I have some small children. I have, older people in the family. I'm concerned for their health. So, but at the same time, I want to go on pilgrimage. I'll see and I'll come back. Yes. So that means I'm not just moving there like King Yayati is going. Someone who's going like that, he should be surrendered, not considering what facility is there or not. Maharaj Yayati's situation is different. He's not going for a visit to the forest and coming back. He is going completely. He's surrendering to the Supreme Lord. He will take care of me. With that mood, he's going. And for someone who's going like that, the best place is go to Vrindavan or Mayapur. So that is what we were discussing, the mood of surrender. So if someone is saying, I want to go to Mayapur because it's a holy place, it's the Lord's Dham, and I will go there and I'll become a doctor. I'm a doctor already, I'll go and practice there. That is not surrender, Mataji. It is not surrender. You're not on a pure devotional platform, you're not doing that. Or I will go there and I will start, I'll have a guest house, and then you can say, I'll be providing accommodation for the visitors who come, and I'll be making my money also. That is not surrender. Surrender is this: you don't have any pennies in your hand, no money, but you have faith. Your strength, your wealth is your faith that Krishna will protect me. Avashya rakhibe Krishna. This is Sharanagati. And Mare Krishna, Rakhe Krishna. If Krishna wants to protect me, what can any disease do? What can any, coronavirus do? It doesn't matter. And if Krishna wants to kill me, this is just an excuse. Actually, it is Krishna who wants to, end my life here. So this heart attack or this health condition, this is just, it's an excuse. This is the consciousness of a devotee who surrendered. Such a person is eligible to go and live in Dham, surrendering. Now, what about the rest of us who come here to live, and then we have to make some money and all that? This is a community. This community, you call it, ideally it should be a Daiva Varnashram community. Daiva Varnashram community means you want to become a pure devotee, meanwhile you're living a simplified lifestyle. Now that is also not happening, by the way. There is no simplified lifestyle. And when there is a community, yes, there has to be, especially for visitors, those who are coming on pilgrimage and going, certainly there must be facilities. There must be facilities for them, and they offer. Every year you come, you see they're building more and more guest houses, because the number of pilgrims is only increasing each year. Now Gaur Purnima festival, already everything is booked. But at the same time, everyone is cashing now. Their homes, like per day, so much rent. Already advertisements are going out, because they know everything is filled and so many people are going to come. So my point was, don't try to make profit in dham. By that you're actually going to hamper your devotional progress. Yes, you'll make some material profit, you'll make some good money in the festival season, but what about your bhakti? Why did you come to Mayapur in the first place? Then that's what you'll get. Like, this example, there are monkeys and hogs in Vrindavan. They are in Vrindavan, but does that mean that they are in ecstasy bhava of Krishna? No, they are thinking about sex life while they are in Vrindavan. Maya Mriga. So if you are in Mayapur and if you're thinking about, how to make profit and how to increase your empire here, this is Maya Mriga. You're covered by Maya. So if somebody is coming here to do business and okay, I'll also make some business and I will also be helping someone, fine. But that is not called pure devotional service. That's my point. You're not coming here with surrender. And the people who are coming here also looking for better health facilities, they are also not surrendered, right? You're coming here to take darshan and to get some blessings and go back to your particular place and live there. Yes, for them we should provide facilities, no doubt. And we should charge also, of course. To give such facilities, then you have to charge also. Otherwise, how they'll give facilities, right? To provide a nice facility. So your point is, yes, charge, but give a good facility. I agree with you. No problem. But limitations, you cannot expect what you get in America or in Calcutta or in Bombay, big cities that are in Apollo hospitals, the facilities that you get, you cannot expect the same here because there's limited, staff. They're not paid on the same level as you pay. And the doctors that you're talking about from cities, why would they want to come and live here unless they're devotees themselves? Why would they want to come and live here? They can make much more in Calcutta. What will be their impetus to come here? And if you're saying the devotees should pay them like that, like the way they're getting paid in Calcutta, it doesn't work. How many patients do we have like that who need such specialized doctors here all the time? On a day-to-day basis, the whole year, it's just the local devotees who live here. During the festival season, you get all these, big, like visitors from other countries. So they're doing what they're able to do. Of course, it can be improved. So there has to be adjustment on both sides. Here also, whatever they can, they should try to improve if they're able to. They're doing already, actually. I saw they have actually, that if you come this year, you will see it's changed quite a bit, the hospital building and all that. But I mean, the real problem, wherever it is God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. When that center, it shifts from Krishna consciousness to anything else, then you will find loopholes, problems, you'll find. When the motive is only Krishna consciousness, even if you don't have big hospitals, still you will be taken care of nicely. You can just be in some devotee's home and you'll be taken care of nicely if the center is Krishna consciousness. But when the center becomes something other than Krishna consciousness, then there will be many problems. So I'll stop. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm sorry, every time you ask something, I say the opposite.
No, there are a lot of other discussion, Mataji, but I have to go to work.
Yes.
So we'll talk some other time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Achitpriya Mataji is saying, in Dham, we have to completely use all the senses in devotional service and take all the opportunities to think and please Krishna. Correct, Mataji? Achitpriya Mataji. Because this is said in Bhagavatam also, again and again, that all the senses, not one, and all the senses, the very purpose of the senses is to engage in the service of the Supreme Lord. They are not meant for anything else. And what to speak of in the Dham? Certainly in the Dham, that's all one must be doing. So, yes, thank you. So, we will end here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If I have said anything which is I don't know what to say, but if it hurt your feelings, please forgive me. I just said whatever I understood to the best of my knowledge and realization, I tried to say that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Thank
Mataji.
you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.